Hi guys, it's Amy and this is Amy by Nature. How y'all doing? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a little bonus video and it's not budgeting related as such. I know that quite a few of you do cookery videos in amongst your savings videos, and when my mum and dad were visiting on Friday, they shared they had been rooting out and they'd come across a couple of my granny's old cookbooks, and I wanted to share this. Especially the person who immediately sprung to mind was Janet over at My Modern Homestead. I thought she would get a real kick out of this. Also there's Mary at Mary Love Country Living. She might find this interesting, I don't know. And maybe a few others will as well, but I really wanted to share them with you. So the first book is this Cookery Recipes Old and New, compiled by the Domestic Science Section, Glasgow branch, the Educational Institute of Scotland. And this book is from 1940. So it's very, very old. And it's during wartime. So they had like these groups of food. This is reproduced by kind permission of the Ministry of Food. So you have bodybuilding foods. They build the body and prevent tissues wearing out. So milk, cheese, eggs, meat and fish. Many vegetable foods such as peas and beans, bread and potatoes help in bodybuilding, but they are not such good bodybuilders as these 5. Group 2 are energy foods. They provide fuel for the human body. We've got bacon and ham, bread, butter or margarine, cheese, dried fruit, dripping suet and lard, honey, oatmeal, potatoes, rice, tapioca and sago and sugar. And then groups 3 and 4 are protective foods, and they protect us from disease. Protective foods are needed if we are to be properly nourished. They build teeth and bones and help us to resist infection. And this is milk, butter or marge, cheese, eggs, herring, salmon, tinned or fresh, liver, potatoes, green vegetables and salad, fruit, fresh or tinned but not dried, carrots, tomatoes and wholemeal bread. So a lot of these we're told nowadays that, we're told every other week that the food does something else to us. But during wartime, that is what they said. And then the foreword was from the Director of Education from the Glasgow branch of the Institute. And it says, the domestic science of the Corporation of Glasgow deserve great praise for their contribution to the National Food Campaign. They saw and seized a glorious opportunity of carrying their gospel beyond the walls of the school into the homes of the people. They wisely adapted their methods to the conditions of the homes they visited, comforting the good housewife with practical demonstrations of what was possible even with a limited supply of utensils, and giving a much-needed lesson to those whose meagre equipment was too often an excuse for not using it. The scheme has now spread far beyond its original plan. Community service clubs, social centres and similar organisations vie with industrial and commercial firms in asking for missionaries. This too without any lessening of the demand, which we are meeting for cookery lessons in continuation classes. This booklet has been prepared by the teachers concerned in response to requests from many quarters, and I have much pleasure in recommending it to the public. June 1940. So the war had been going on for about a year at this point, and this is all the recipes that are in here. And some of them are very simple. Very simple. It's telling you about stock. And obviously, because there was rationing, they said, stock is the liquid in which meat, bones and vegetables have been boiled. This is an excellent way of using up scraps of valuable food which might otherwise be wasted. So we've got lots of soup recipes. There's rabbit soup, There's sheep's head broth. I'm not convinced about that one. We have got light soup. And for those of you that don't know, sheep's lights or calves' lights or any animal really, lights are their lungs. So it's like offal. We've got lots of fish recipes. I'm assuming fish was quite easy to get a hold of. So we've got lots of fish, and we've got stewed tripe and onions. It's simple things like even like how to boil rice. They've got in here, they've got how to make porridge, scrambled egg on toast, a poached egg on toast. So it's like all these really simple things. They've got lots of jams and chutneys, marmalades, how to bottle and preserve things. We've got sweets, which I think this page was most used by my granny. We've got fudge, coconut tablet, peppermint creams tablet, almond paste, chocolate crispies, Turkish delight. And like this one here is like Dutch cheese, which is essentially grilled cheese, like a toasty. So that is this one. And then this one is from the Scottish Women's Rural Institute. And that is a picture of Lady Elgin. This book is falling apart. You can tell how well loved this book was, how well used it was. This one is actually from 1946, and the prefaces for this is the 6th edition, and this is the prefaces for the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and these were all from E.V. Baxter, and I would like to think that maybe they were Baxter's as in like the actual company Baxter's, but the WRI, the Women's Institute, had mottos, and some of them made me laugh. And I was looking through this book with my mum, and it brings back so many memories for both of us. From my granny, who she lived with us, and then my mum's mum, she lived close by. So they were both big. Like my other granny was big into the rural, like she was like honorary president of the rural, and she did demonstrations and things, and yeah. So some of the mottos I wanted to tell you is, if you know a good thing, pass it on. To say I'm sorry when I see a neighbour staggering under a heavy burden is all very well. To take hold and help is the better way, the SWRI way. Economy is not how little one can spend, but how wisely one can spend it. And I thought that was quite apt for this community. We may live without poetry, music and art. We may live without conscience and live without heart. We may live without friends and live without books, but civilized men cannot live without cooks. I thought that one was quite funny. And then this one was quite funny. Ladies who wish to keep their spouses content and happy in their houses must learn that food, to be a blessing, must not be ruined in the dressing. It's very nice to be good looking, but that will not excuse bad cooking. And men have got such funny natures, they'll judge you by your beef and taters. So if you want to rule and lead them, you'll do it if you nicely feed them. And then I'm going to say the first kind of verse of the Selkirk Grace. And my mum, they used to have to say this every lunchtime at school. They had to say the Selkirk Grace before they ate. So it's some hae meat and canna eat, and some can eat that want it. But we hae meat and we can eat, so and say the Lord be thankit. So, and again, this has got all sorts of soup. There's cockaliki soup, kidney soup, mock hare soup, there's fish in the dish. It's a Norwegian recipe. Yeah, so there's lots of different things that both my grannies used to make. And I think, again, the sweets and pastries bit was very well used. There's like rock cakes, spice buns, tea cakes. We've got all the scones and pancakes. There's oat cakes. This is all the jams and jellies and preserves, and the index is a bit worse for wear. I might actually have to do a bit of lamination to kind of preserve them a bit. We've got all these cakes. We've got Dundee cake. We've got Dungoyne wartime fruit cake. Back here somewhere, I was wanting to find it. They had a where is it? If I can find it. I'm sorry, guys. I should have had this all marked out before I started. But I love looking at this book, and I'm trying to be careful. So this one had a sample menu. So in the morning you'd have porridge or whole grain cereal or fruit, bacon omelette, rolls or toast, butter and marmalade and tea. Mid-morning, a milky drink or marmite, a biscuit with or without butter. Dinner, you'd have white vegetable soup, mince balls, potatoes in jackets, green vegetables, treacle sponge. Supper, you'd have grilled herring, raw vegetable salad, including cress, oat cakes, butter and jam, and a slice of cake. And at bedtime, you'd have cocoa and biscuits. And there's a wee ditty about soup here. So it's beautiful soup, so rich and green, waiting in a hot tureen. Who for such dainties would not stoop? Soup of the evening, beautiful soup. So yeah, copy the kettle. Though it's up to the neck in hot water, it still continues to sing. So yeah, I just thought that you guys would maybe have a enjoy seeing some of this. It's a bit of history and a little bit of, yeah, it's just really nice. And I really wanted to share it with you guys because I got a kick out of looking at them, and I thought you would too. So thank you for watching, and please like, comment, subscribe and share. And until I see you again, guys, take care. Bye.